Let's find that definition like it says. Here it is, player key press. Under player actions, and look, it's got a bunch of things. Oh, maybe it's got things we're not even supposed to have yet, because it looks like I did the exercise already. All right, so when you press a key, the game calls the player key press function. So instead of happening all the time whenever the clock ticks, player key press is just going to happen when I press something, when I press a key, like maybe an arrow key. All right, so the inputs are the player's old x coordinate called old x. Oh look, here's the name old x. Very good. That's the thing right above it in the contract. This is the contract. And the thing corresponding to old x is number, so I'm going to circle number. Also, it's not just that. It's also that, x coordinates, you think of an x coordinate as like 30, right? 30 is a perfectly good x coordinate. Bob, not as good an x coordinate. Cat, like picture of a cat, not as good an x coordinate. And 30 is a number. So here's what we're using. It's a number. So the player's old y coordinate, what do we use to talk about y coordinates? Like y coordinate can also be like, let's say 100, right? So old y, but here we've got it in the contract. It's so nice and handy. Old y is also a number. And then the key that you pressed, that could be a number, right? We could just number all the keys, but no. In this case, that key turns out to be a string, so it's going to be something in quotes. The job of the player key press function is to output the next position of the player. So it gets the position right now, that's old x, old y, and just like the update functions, it tells us where the player should go next, right? So what kind of thing is the output? Where it should go next is a position. A position is like two numbers put together. So this part is what you should circle for 13 as the range. So now let's look at it a little more carefully. In the interactions window, the bottom part, player key press 300, 100 down. Let's see what happens. Player key press 300, 100 down. I gotta have the quotes there. Look, 380. So you want to write 300 and here and 80 here, right? Because make pause in 380, that's the output. That's what you get when you type player key press 300, 100 down. Let's try player key press 300, 100 up, right? So pretend we're pressing the up arrow key. That's how we're gonna, oh look, instead of going from 100 to 80, so this went down, just like it said, this went from 100 to 120, it went up, right? So you make pause in 300, 120. What about player key press 300, 100C? Now that went up a lot, right, from 100 to 240, and then it went across a little. Make pause in 320, 240. Okay, so let's see what that C key does. I'm going to move somewhere, and I'm going to press C right now. I'm going to move somewhere, and I'm going to press C right now. Doesn't matter where I move, the C key brings me back to the center. So that's the thing I wanted to find out. How does it do that? Well, because it takes me to 320, 240, right? Here is the line that handles C. So that's the line you should draw an arrow to. Next question, well, we'll have a separate video.